Hello, welcome to our podcast where I, Shui, and my cohort, Warren, discuss multiple topics on the hot side mode of Call of Duty Zombies.
From knock to rev, from grief to dead ops, it involves the undead. They got takes that will burn your mouth of how different they are from the general communities.
That's right, and just to lay out, these are just opinions, ones that we ourselves may not even share, like our first topic of the moment. One brought up due to my partner's recent rants is the tortured path is a good experience.
You darn right. Recently, me and Shui played through the modes of World War II again, and during the torture path, I went actually, you know what? I'm actually really enjoying this map. And I know despite I know back in the day, this map was hated by the community. It was worse than pretty much anything else before, or even after at some points.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, like we said, we don't always agree. I do not agree this is the best map or even that great of an experience, but Warren here thinks it is. So I guess I'll start with the beginning of the subject. What is the tortured path, Ethan? And me and him will both answer that in some ways.
The tortured path, in my own words, is a small work-like experience based off the already mechanics from World War II gives. If you played World War II, you will know the already based mechanics of zombies. It involves three maps that have very different atmospheres and just general environments. That every third round, aka every round 3, 6, and 9, objectives will pop up, and you are required to achieve these objectives in a certain amount of time. If you fail these objectives, then the game pretty much ends. And of course, this mode comes with the other benefits that zombies will come around, such as Easter eggs and just general perks, and again, the already built-in mechanics within World War II zombies.
Also, you should, well, I'm just going to add it for you, but there's a round cap of 10 where you fight a boss and then have to exfil, pretty much.
Yeah, guaranteed actually. You have to do it to count as a win.
Yes. Is there anything else with that mode, really?
Aside from, getting to the more the deeper parts, for me, I would say the best part about it is being a roguelike experience within my favorite franchise, Call of Duty Zombies. What a roguelike is, for those of you who may not know, it is a franchise or a genre of video games that involves you, the player, starting off with very little to nothing at the beginning of your playthrough, and over time, and depending on how long the game is or how harsh, you get stronger and stronger each time you restart your run. Every time you die or every time you exfil, depending on the game again. And at the end point of the game is eventually just to become strong enough to beat the game in one go. And for me, the torture path is Call of Duty's attempt at roguelike using the zombies mode. And I love roguelikes. I would say over 30% of my gaming category is roguelikes. I know Binding of Isaac took over my summer, so it does that.
Well, what are some so you said you have games that are roguelites. Can you name some that people could like refer to?
As I said, Binding of Isaac. A game that my first Game Pass game, which ripped the Game Pass, was a legend, but now it's trash. Loop Hero, which is a fun one. Dead Cells, off the top of my head, that was my first Switch game. Weird, this is weird. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I really love the idea of roguelites. And I would say, yeah. A game I would like to try is that Returnal game on the PS5. I would like to try that, but it's a bit too expensive right now. $70? Yeah, no thanks.
Okay. Well, now that you've explained roguelites and gave a couple games, like what are roguelike elements within the Tortured Path? Like examples. Um,
Yep.
the actual.
Well, usually, depending on the game, roguelikes are short due to the difficulty. For example, I would say the average match, at least going one map to around 1 to 10 in a Tortured Path experience, is half an hour, okay, 30 minutes. So I would say it involves a short amount of time that you could go in and go out. It involves a high difficulty ceiling or floor. Like the base game is a little bit harder than any other experience you would find. And I think with the objective base, depending on which objectives you get, it helps in certainty in that. Um, Again, every third round, if you beat an objective, you will receive loadout drops, kind of like care packages. I would say maybe from Black Ops 4. But you would get weapons and points, and those weapons can vary from a large amount. You can get a crossbow, some basic marksman rifle. Oops, sorry about that, and some melee weapons. And you can use those weapons you get to craft your build. What a build is kind of like what role would you like to play in the game? Like, would you like to go for a medic, a heavy, or a support role? And I believe these weapons can actually aid in that gameplay moment.
All right. To add on to that, some other roguelike elements would be like, correct me if I'm wrong, Warren, but like the engineering part that's reward to you if you finish game.
Yes. Every time you beat a boss, I believe it drops like a real purple screw thing. That will actually allow you to upgrade the damage of your gun depending on what level you are. This mode also provides a very unique leveling system. I believe it caps at 45. You can only level it up by playing this mode. And once you get to max, it will increase your gun damage, again, depending on if you have this attachment, up to 200%. And I would say that is the best part about this is the part that makes it a roguelike. You upgrade your base damage so that it makes the game more easier.
All right. To keep adding on to roguelike elements, wouldn't the weapon boxes be considered that too? Or is that something completely different?
Yes, they would be considered as a roguelike elements. They add a what he's referring to is within this mode, and specifically only this mode so far, there are multiple wall buy or wall boxes that you can buy types of weapons for. For example, you can buy assault rifle, any assault rifle from one box. You can buy any shotgun from one box, and so on and so on. But you can only get the category of a weapon within that box.
Yeah, it's kind of random, like the mystery box, but you know what weapon type you have. Yeah,
it puts the thumb on the scale. I believe is the phrase, right? Is that the phrase? You put the thumb on the scale.
I've never heard of that one. So
it's like something to do with the devil. Like the devil always finds a way to put his thumb on the scale.
okay, I'll take your word for it, but yeah. Is there any other roguelike elements?
Oh, the objectives. The main part that people hate about this mode. The objectives are a good part about what makes this a roguelike too, because some of these objectives will dependently on which round you get them on, and which objectives you get.
Yes,
could end your game depending on how well you act in the situation.
Yeah.
For an example, the last game me and my partner had on round 3, on our first time coming back, we had a Mocha the guy from the Darkest Show, that asshole.
Yes.
The Spider-Man guy, show up, and it is known, and that is the worst boss of all zombies. It's one of the worst because its damage is incredible and its speed outpaces the player.
Yes,
now, if you were a newbie, sorry, go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say in that mode specifically, they've scaled down like those types of bosses a little bit. Like
Yeah, a
they don't
little bit. Yeah.
take
Ah,
as much damage or whatever. But
yeah, that's correct. Well, they take about one, maybe two more hits to take off a shield than they would averagely.
true,
Do
I
they have
guess.
the abilities? I can't remember if they have the abilities of the bosses, right?
They, I think they do technically, but since they're so easy to kill half the time, they're not really a threat in that way. So
And that only half of the time only works because one, World War II gives you the specialist system, which allows you to pack punch your weapon. So that's immediately upgrade. As well as this mode gives you the 200 damage bonus, the 200% damage bonus as well. As you remembered, Will, Shui, the last time we played, you immediately killed these guys with just using your free fire ability.
yes, but
And
that's
that,
because I had a special thing that pack punched my gun with that free fire ability. So
yeah. And would you agree, like at the beginning of this mode, that would have been a lot more harder if you haven't played the mode more.
that is probably true. So yes, it's a very keep playing the game to get better at the game. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
And I would say that's the key aspect of a roguelike. You play the game repeatedly to get better at it.
That's true.
And again, that's every game, but specifically roguelike, it heavily emphasize on that aspect.
Yes, and then something Warren didn't kind of mention, like depending on what round you're at, the objective could be super hard because, for example, the pack punch doesn't come until after round 6, so you don't have any upgraded guns for that round 6 objective, and depending on what it is, it could be super difficult without pack punch guns.
Yeah, especially if it's a defense station, because that's when special enemies start to spawn in.
That's true too. Yep, like the wishlings and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the bomb base. Yeah, at that point, it's pretty much a game over unless you both unless there's a lot of players who have Jack in the Boxes and you are careful with when to use your specialist ability.
Yeah.
And
All
I
right.
will say,
Well,
this mode actually does make camo useless because there's no point.
true. They are such small maps. So, other than the fact that it has roguelike elements, like what else do you like from the Tortured Path experience?
Tortured Path experience, excluding the survivor maps, which they're all fun, I would say. I would like to say I would like the Easter eggs and the idea, the initial idea that you need to complete 3 maps in a row to unlock the cutscene. I would say that's a slight improvement on what Transit and those maps did with that Super Easter egg.
Yeah, I
Because those
guess.
maps are small experiences, so it's more easy to go back to back to back. And I would
Got it.
also say those eggs are a bit more enjoyable than the transit maps. What the Lindsay maps? The Broken Oath maps, right?
The Broken Arrow, you mean?
No, yeah. Is that like the official term for all 3 of those maps? Transit,
Uh,
Dies, and Buried.
Most people just call them the Victus maps, but I
Victus.
guess you could
Well, you
say
have to do a tag for that too, but
the pylon Easter egg maps because that's what you're trying to activate, pretty much.
yeah. Okay, I guess
Each of
I'm
them.
just gonna call it I'm gonna say the Broken Oath maps because that's where they usually take place.
Broken Oath. You mean Broken
No,
Arrow?
no, Oath. EARTH.
Oh, Broken Earth. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, because of the events of Moon, but we'll probably get to that in a different.
Oh, we will. We will. This pops up. We will get to Moon.
Anyways,
We were talking
I
about what? Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, we were talking about the Easter eggs. I do think that it's interesting to have the Easter eggs with it. Now, granted, this is my own opinion, and some people would like say like I don't like the experience, so why do I want more? But I feel like there should have been 4 maps to
Oh, really?
yeah to gather the three different pieces and then assemble the sword at the end.
No, I never
Because
thought about
because
that. Yeah.
you only get two of them and then you assemble it right away. Pretty much.
Yes, quick speaking, the sword is kind of a hit and miss for me at least. Like the base mechanics of the sword are neat. Like it's just the blade itself is a good part, and it adds like little bonuses features. I can't remember all of them exactly, but I know like the add it's like an add-on, an unnecessary add-on. I would say like one of the things you can take away a shield point, but add a little orb that will revive you. But for me,
Yeah.
that's just unnecessary. Yeah.
Okay. Well, other than like the timing of the objectives, what would you think players would find themselves dealing with in difficulty? Like how difficult the map is other than the objectives.
Well, honestly, yeah. Again, as stated before, I think new players would find this experience very hard, as it's dealing with objective base and the round scale higher than they would in normal zombies. For example, it would be a 4 hit or 5 hit. I think I can't remember exactly on round 2 of this experience.
Got it. So you
And
already
also, I would say some of the sorry about that. Some of the
oh, it's
maps
fine.
too are more difficult than others. For example, the boat map. The boat has map hazards such as the car and some boxes shifting because it's boat. It shifts left to right, and these hazards can just straight up kill a player.
All right, cool. So we kind of talked about them, the objectives. We talked about the fountain objective and the mutualers. What
Muchos.
what other objectives are there?
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Well, I can help you with this too. I'm just
Go ahead, just do it real quick.
all right. So there's the repair the radio step, or on the boat map the uh, valve step, which both work in the same way. The special zombie thing, which is kind of what the mutualer one is, but it can change the zombie type. Like they can
It's
be
the sizzler, right?
bombers or sizzlers. Yep,
Yes,
bomber.
sizzlers are boss.
Bombies or sizzlers. Yep. And
The
then
HVT.
yes, where you gotta protect
As
a
long as we
certain
haven't had that
bomber
one,
zone.
we never had that one in our last game.
Not in the last game, no. But there's that one where you have to either protect the bomber as it goes to one of the locations, or you have to kill the bomber before it gets to a location.
I think protect is in the windmill and kill is in the boat, if memory serves me right.
Okay. Um, and then
The
what
boss
else?
neutral on the last one.
Yes, but that's an Easter egg step that
Is
we're
it not
not
a
doing.
objective step? I could have sworn it was one.
Maybe it is. I don't know if I've ever gotten it, but if you remember getting it at some point,
I
since
could have
you've
sworn I
played this,
remember getting it. Yeah,
okay. Well, you've played this experience a lot more than me, so
yeah.
you should know it better than me. So, uh, it's basically where the team has to stand on two. Well,
Well,
depending on how many
yeah.
people
How many
there are,
piles?
you gotta stand on certain things on the last map. There are circles on the ground, pretty much, and get kills until the end of the round, pretty much. So, kind of sucks.
Yep. Doesn't help when it's an Easter egg step too.
Yeah, I know. But you said a lot of good things. I'll probably tell you some of the things I don't like about it.
You
But
probably helped me. Yep.
I got one other thing for you where since this is a short mode and it's the same maps, does it ever feel like it gets repetitive at this point?
That is the greatest sin of roguelites. It does get it does get repetitive at some point because you
Okay.
are effectively just playing the same game over and over again, and in some cases you might just suck at the game or just roguelites are heavily dependent on them, heavily dependent on RNG. What RNG is, most of us should know, but it's a random number generator, and
Poor luck.
yeah, yeah, good luck. And I would say for this, you would want RNG to be in your favor because there are just some steps or some objectives that are just really awful to deal with, and you would not want to deal with them at that current time. Again, I would say the defend the battery or generator on round 6 is the worst example.
All right, cool, 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 cool. Well, let's get into the bads of the map. Do you
Oh
have
boy,
any?
I actually have some.
Uh-huh.
Let's just go one for map right now, since I can point them out exactly.
Okay.
First map, it would be the zombie windmill step. Exactly that.
In the
Um,
Easter egg you're talking
yes,
about.
yes, I am referring to that step. Both those steps in the Easter egg. For what I'm referring to, after you collect 5 parts of a zombie, you have to put them against a certain section on the windmill. What is that called, by the way? Like the wing of a arm?
Uh, I think you could say either one.
Yeah,
So,
I want to say because it's, that Da Vinci guy. I forgot. It's the story about the old guy who thinks they're giants.
mm, yeah, I
Oh,
know
that
what
would
you're
have been fun
talking
if the windmill turned into a giant. That would have been fun. That one step is very particular because depending on how many people this are, for one, if you're solo, you have to do this next step by yourself. You have to get the arm of the windmill to be in two specific places. At the bottom, so you can put it on. You can put the zombie on the windmill, and at the very top, so the zombie can get striked. Doing this solo and even co-op is a bitch because it has to be in a specific place. Specific place. And depending, and the most part to confirm it for the second step, you have to end the round, which means it is a round bonus in case, and if you're like an inch or foot apart from where it's supposed to be, you have to wait around, and that could potentially end the game. For instance, you fail the egg if you go too far.
Yes, that is true.
Yep.
Uh, any other downsides for you?
Second map, I would honestly, it's the entire Easter egg process. I like doing the egg, but what happens to me is not fun. Once you melee a battery, your vision will become affected by red haze, and zombies will start popping in and out. Now, let me tell you something. Back when I first played this map, my Wi-Fi was not very good. I lagged every now and then. I will admit, it got me killed. Gotten Shuey killed a shit ton of times. I picked his ass up, but you know. Um, but
Thanks.
playing this map with that lag, it was awful. It was terrible because I didn't know when the zombies were teleporting in and out, while I was teleporting in and out. And honestly,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, I would say that's the biggest flaw in that map for the Easter egg. At least I actually like anything else in this Easter egg. He will talk to you about that. He hates that Easter egg. He'll talk about it later.
yeah, I will.
For the
Uh,
ice map, um, honestly, it's just kind of boring. It's just boring for me, I would say. Like, there's
okay.
nothing exciting to it. You look for codes, you put them in a wall, and you do one extra thing about it.
That is true for the Easter eggs, at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
And I would say,
Uh.
I would say, I know it's just a base mode, but I would like more objectives, honestly. I know there's not a lot they can do with it, but again, like most stuff is always good in a roguelike. It's what
Yeah.
Vanguard should have done, tell you what.
Well, all they did was objectives in Vanguard, but that'll be
Yeah, but they
another
should have added
topic.
more. Yeah, we'll talk about Vanguard later, because
Yeah,
Vanguard could have been the best zombies for me.
could have been. Um. All right.
It is.
To add to something that we kind of miss, when you mentioned the vision, that made me remember that the vision, even though it's part of an Easter egg, can also be objective on that map where
Oh,
you
oh my
are
God, you're
forced
right. Oh no.
when you're forced to be in division for
Like what, round
whatever
6?
round it. It's whatever round. It
Yeah.
depends. So I don't know exactly what rounds trigger it, but yeah, that is an objective. But all right, anything else you want to say about the maps? The good, bad, or the ugly?
Not for me personally. I think I feel like I got to know I like the mode. I like the mode itself, not just as concept. I feel like, given what they had at the time and the popularity of World War II. By the way, Fortnite just came out, so they were like fucking dying because of that game, and the already struggle World War II had with its uh CEOs at the time, like the people in charge. They were swapped around this point.
You mean
I feel like
Sledgehammer?
yes,
Or
Sledgehammer.
oh,
Yes,
okay.
Sledgehammer themselves, because like halfway through the game's life cycle, it changed tones and gameplay directions.
Yes, there was a huge overhaul
Yeah.
of the entire multiplayer. At least I don't know about the zombies. So.
I feel like zombies, yeah, but I feel like given what they had access to and what they could have done, I feel like this is the best way they could have done it. Granted, there are a few negative aspects of the mode, I will admit that, but I feel like for me, I feel like it's a very good start for objective based modes and zombies, and I feel like it's a good foundation for future modes to base their uh, gameplay off, such as MWZ and even Vanguard.
Do you think any of those games, including Outbreak, took some things away from this game though?
Do I think game modes like Outbreak took a what they got inspired from this mode?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think they got inspired from what Sledgehammer did.
Okay.
At least they already had ideas. Triarch already had ideas of Outbreak, and
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
What are your
All
thoughts on the egg?
right. Well, I have a lot of thoughts about the maps too and everything. So, firstly, the maps are just too small, mostly. Specifically, the boat map, and also, um, some people might not know this because um, even if they play the maps or World War II, that map has moving objects on it because when a boat tilts, stuff moves in real life. So they incorporated that into that. So that can also help make or break a run at that point. But yeah, that map in particular is super tight quartered, so it's probably my least favorite to play on if I was just
Nope, you went
surviving.
in the tunnel mode. You went in a tunnel for a quick second.
Huh?
You went in a tunnel for a quick second. Just go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Um,
Should be.
anyways, do I have to restart anything?
No. You're fine. You're fine. I think.
Okay, okay. Um, and then the ice map that one was talking about, that one's pretty tight too in some spots. The most open one is the windmill one, so I guess that one would be my favorite technically, but it's kind of like
Meh.
bland. It's meh because of like the scenery. Like I like
The
the
alleyway's
other
pretty
two.
useless, right? The alleyway, like
Yeah,
the
it
area next
kind
to the
of is.
fence, right? Like in that
Yeah,
one house. Yeah, that's pretty
yeah,
useless,
yeah. You're right.
and it's a
But
dev
about
job too.
yeah, but about the Easter eggs,
Oh boy, hold on to your
me,
armtails.
well, me and Warren kind of agree on the first one with the windmill. That uh, everything involving the windmill and the zombie, and for me personally, the zombie afterward, um, sucks because I have had that zombie die so many times to the
Because a
point.
wussling in charge. Yep, or a
Yep,
bomb exploded.
Yep, so it doesn't help in that sense. But I like the first part of it, but that's also because I like collectathons, like going
Yeah.
around the map and collecting stuff for
Zetsubo, fuck.
DC. Yes, I do like Zetsubo no Shima for that, yeah. Yep. It's probably like a top 3 map for me on that game,
Do you
which
play
on the
collectathons or no?
huh?
Have you played collectathons before, like classic ones, like Banjo Kazooie, Mario 64?
No, I haven't actually.
No, so you just like zombie collectathons, collecting a shit ton of stuff.
I guess.
Okay.
Anyways, with the second Easter egg on the boat, Warren is correct about the vision, but I also hate everything to do with the fish up until
No.
you have the vision in the other
I mean,
worldly place. I don't know what to call it
a red
exactly, but
herring, yeah.
um, but um, like you see
A red
like
grouse.
memories from different maps that were previously done, but from the enemy's point of view, and then also there's this kind of cool end to the Easter egg where you
Play ball in a
uh
cup.
yeah, basically, yeah,
I mean, not ball in a cup,
fish
that's something
goes
else.
the fish
The-
goes in a bucket and you have to follow it around.
yeah.
Yeah.
But by the way, fuck the platforming because that killed us many times.
Oh, I think I've nailed that, so I'm not that mad about the platforming anymore, but
I was mad.
I know you were. And then the third Easter egg,
I mean,
uh, like one said, it's pretty bland. Especially for me, where I had to just keep repeating the same
yeah,
step
he
every
does all of
time.
it. I do nothing.
Yeah, yeah. So I had to brute force in code so we could finish the Easter egg by like round 7 or something like that, or round 6. Um, and it wasn't enjoyable necessarily, but the worst part of that is probably standing on the circles
Yeah.
uh, away from your teammates, especially when it's usually like round 5
And the
that
wolf
you have
spawns and
to do.
zombies start to spawn, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not helpful. But I mean, other downsides to the entire experience, but like Warren said, it is a difficult experience, and the whole idea of it is you build yourself up. But I don't know. I've always found it kind of difficult, and I've played it quite a few times, not as much as Warren here, but
I think we played the
and
exact
then obviously some of the objectives are hard, as Warren has said. So Warren kind of nailed most of the bad elements. So I guess it's
yeah, go.
really your opinion on how much you really hate that whole steps of the fish in the second map at that
Yeah,
point.
I actually like finding the fish too, and just the battery step. I like that too. I like it. I don't like paying for the battery. That sucks. But I like finding the battery in a hectic way to fill the zombies. To fill the battery up. I like that.
Whereas I hate every single part of it. So
Except
we're
the
on the
final
same
bit.
thing. Yeah, the final bit's fine, but that's because it's the most different thing about all the Easter eggs because you get teleported to a new area.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Let's see. So
Is that it?
is that it?
We got a good 35 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Well, you kind of like already talked about like what you would give advice to new players in the thing. You just gotta keep playing it to get better at the game.
Yep.
And it's not going to be kind to you the first several
Oh yeah.
times.
There's a hard mode in the game which I really want to play, but he doesn't want to.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that.
It's what the
That would
darkest
just,
path.
yes, that's what it's called, and I would literally want to do anything else.
He would literally play Vanguard again.
Yep, I would honestly before I did that.
He would want to play He would want to beat Shadow's Evil solo than do that. It's not even possible, even. But he would rather do that.
No, it's possible. You just gotta buy a PC to do it. So,
Oh yeah, mods. I forgot about that.
mods. Well,
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's mods.
are you talking about like camouflage and stuff like
No,
that?
no, no mods. No mods for Shadows of Evil for solo.
Oh, you're talking about what I was talking about. Yes.
Okay,
It would
yeah.
be mods through, yeah, that. But is there anything else to talk about?
I feel like a lot of players will, granted, maybe had a bad experience with this map, but I feel like if they go back to it now and try and understand what a roguelike is supposed to be and understand what this mode is trying to give, it's not trying to give round-based experience, it's trying to give its own unique experience. I feel like if they go back now and have a, like have a neutral tone, like this is not round-based, it's never supposed to be. I should stop treating it like it's round-based. They should have not they should not understand it, but they should have a better time with it now. It's if they don't like roguelites, that's fine. That's their preference. But I feel like they should understand this is not round based and it was never supposed to be round based. It's supposed to be its own separate thing for maybe the same people, but for maybe other people as well. And those people like me really enjoy this.
I think that was nicely said there. So,
I feel like
anyways,
that's it for right now.
I think that's it. So we're gonna close the podcast for right now. We do have ideas in the future. Some of them are going to involve tier lists. Maybe we'll even do campaigns of Call of
Halo's
Duty.
coming up. Halo will arrive eventually. Don't worry, guys. We'll get to it.
Warren really wants to do Halo, but we're gonna mainly be doing COD stuff.
Hey, you want to do Star Wars and Harry Potter stuff? Don't lie.
Oh, but I don't need to do that on the podcast one. So. This is supposed to be a video game podcast. So.
And there's a Harry Potter video game.
Yeah. Well, if you want, we could talk about it at some point.
Anyway, yeah. Let's do that later. Right now, for COD stuff, for as long as the franchise remains popular, which looks like it's not going to be for long with how BO7, with how the community is treating BO7 right now.
Why? What's wrong with BO7?
No, I like BO7. Just people, are bitching about it.
Well, of course they are. They're all losers.
And that's how we're gonna end the podcast with him calling you guys out. Thank you guys. Come back later. If this is popular, we would like to continue this. I would like to continue this. I want to get money off of this. I want to live my life off of this.
Yeah, that would be something. But well, till next time, guys. This is Shuey and Warren signing off.
And the titled podcast. That's the name. Titled podcast. That's how we're going it.
That's what we're calling it?
The titled podcast.
What happened to the other one?
It's too long.
The two idiots and the crawler?
Yeah.
Weren't available?
No, they had copyright on them. I checked.
Oh, God. Okay, fine.
Bye.